What did you least expect?
I think the thing I expected the least was probably like the age of people that were gonna be like coming up to me. You know, like it used to be like people come up to me who were like, you know, in their 20s, or like it was like kind of like younger weirdos, you know, kind of like some goth people, runaways, stuff like that. But the thing that was least expected was that there are like 8-year-olds, you know, who are like, what up? Yeah, like some like little girl ran up to me, some little like Puerto Rican girl was like, yo, you're not even that fat. And I was like, oh, I love this. Yeah, like children, I signed a baby. And then also like on the other side, like 75-year-old women, like with like bad plastic surgery, being like sloshing white wine, being like, I love your stuff. Yeah. So I never really saw that coming, or like 8-year-olds.
That's why you're so successful, is because you can appeal to all different age
trying
groups.
to party with everybody.
Was writing a book easier or harder than you thought it would be?
It was a nightmare. It's a complete nightmare. I don't even understand how people write books. Like I definitely don't understand how people write fiction. This was like just stories from my life that I'm like retelling. You don't even have to make it up. But like, what if you're writing a story about like a family on like the frontier? Like, I don't even know how you make this shit up. It's insane. I could barely even like recount stuff that actually happened.
Why do you think that like you were able to break away? I mean, your sense of humor, like obviously a lot of people think it's funny.
Yeah.
So what do you think it was about you?
I don't know. That's a good question. It's like, I don't know. I honestly think that it probably goes back to what we're talking about, which is I think that a lot of people are sort of scared to try to relate to everybody. You know, you feel like if you like go too broad and too mainstream, that like it'll dilute what you're trying to do. It's impossible to connect with everyone. Yeah. But my feeling has always been like, why don't, like, this is like a big weird freaking orgy party, why don't we have everybody? Like, I feel like I can have 8-year-olds and 80-year-olds. I feel like a lot of people are scared to do that because you feel like it's gonna get watered down if you try to go too broad. But I feel like that's kind of what people, you know, that's why so many people gravitated towards it, because it kind of was for everybody. And that almost seems, I don't know, I wasn't scared to like try to do that.
Do you remember the first time you were paid to like work with the brand, and how did your first collaboration go?
I think the brand stuff, like I really, the first stuff that I did was stuff with people that I knew, or stuff that I was like involved in, or friends of mine. I mean, that's the stuff I like doing the most. It's not as much about the money with that stuff as it is about being able to do cool stuff. You know, like I know a lot of people, if you have a big social media following, a big brand will pay you money, but like they really just want you to like hold up a can. But I like have these big grand ideas of like crazy stuff I want to do, and a lot of times, you know, they love being like, we're crazy, like we're YOLO, out of control, we want to do crazy stuff. And then the minute I suggest something, they're like, that's too crazy, like maybe not that, or anything. They don't want like big crazy ideas. They just want simple. They're just trying to get it done. It's probably someone who works in a corporate setting. So I like working with the smaller brands. Like, you know, I have friends who own a beef jerky company, and you know, they were like, we don't have any money. And I was like, you know, actually a lot of the pictures are in the book actually. And I was like, that's fine. Like, just make me a whole like accessories out of beef jerky. You know, like I want a yarmulke and a thong and a vest, you know, and some sandals. You know, like make me some beef jerky wear. That's the stuff that's like that's the stuff that's the most fun.
What is old school marketing ways? What do you see just totally disappearing?
People want to kill everything, and I don't think it is like that. Actually, for the rosé, we're doing like a full all over New York. Like we're gonna do billboards. Yeah, because
so that's traditional marketing.
No doubt. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's all the way we consume is definitely different. But like that's part of the reason that I like wrote the book. You know what I mean? Was that like, one, I wanted to like try to get like turned up millennials to read, which seems like the world's hardest thing to do, you know? But I also wanted to see like, you know, like I don't want that stuff to go away, you know? I'm not like some like nerd in a record store being like, I like the feel of like an album cover. Like, don't put a jewel case in my face ever again. Like, certain things needed to go.
What happens before you actually post on Instagram? Is there a process?
No. I kind of just let it rip. I think sometimes people think it's probably more like I'm sitting like it's work, you know, like I'm like, you know, we're like we need the photo, we need like I need a caption, you know. A lot of times it's just me and like you know, like driving a car, you know what I mean, like with like smoking a cigarette, like blasting Miley's last album, which is really underrated, by the way. I just want to mention that her last album's really good. And I'm just kind of like, oh shit, like I should post this up, and like writing a caption, like trying to drive with my legs, and yeah.
So just like everyone else on Instagram.
Exactly. It just completely rips. Like it's not, no, I never wanted it to become more than what it was when I had, you know, 100 followers. I just want to like put I just want to put out funny stuff. I like to think that I'm like, I can take you out of the day for a minute. I'm not, you know, I definitely don't sit and I'm like, it's business, like it's Instagram business time.
If you could have a drink with anyone, and they could be dead or alive, who would it be?
I'll hark back to my earlier thing we were talking about is I would literally be in a bathing suit with my legs wrapped around Richard Branson while we were powder sailing through an ocean that we've never heard of.
Yeah.
2 days from now, I'd be sort of like, I'd have the rosé bottle kind of around his shoulder, and he'd be drinking out of it with a straw as I was holding it, yeah.
Or like pouring it all over him.
Right, and all over me, and like kissing his back, yeah. I'm trying to sleep with Richard Branson. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Has that not been made clear? That's sort of what I've been intimating, that yeah, I'm trying to, you said have a drink with or have sex with?
Yeah, well, I did say drink.
They're both Richard Branson. Not even because like we're in his flat, but it really is. I would have said that we could be anywhere right now. We could not be associated with him at all, and I would have said the same. You got to have a drink with a guy like that. You know what I mean? He was like, I'll make your airline and your cell phone and your hotel, and right, totally. So.